In Washington, lawmakers released the $1.2 trillion government funding bill negotiated by the White House and party leaders to avoid a partial government shutdown. Welcome back at 4:30, everyone. I'm Tamara Sakarzik. The spending deal announced Tuesday includes funding for the Departments of Homeland Security, Defense, State, Labor, Health and Human Services, and other parts of the government as well. Those agencies are scheduled to shut down Saturday if this package does not pass. Joining us today to talk about the spending bills from the Capitol, Congressman Seth Magaziner here. Congressman, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So President Biden has said he'll sign the bill when it gets to him, but I think the big question is, will Congress be able to get it to his desk in time? Because I know that after the House passes the bill, the Senate will require unanimous consent to vote quickly. So will that happen?
Well, I hope so, because a government shutdown would be very damaging for working people all across Rhode Island and all across our country. We cannot have military families going without their paychecks, TSA agents, law enforcement, and others. And we can't have an interruption in services for the average American either. So now that the text has been released, we're going to move as fast as we can. I believe that the bill will pass the House tomorrow morning. I intend to vote for it. The Senate moves a little slower. But my hope is that we'll have no shutdown at all, or if we do, it'll maybe be just a day or so. And by the time we get to the end of the weekend, things will resume on as normal.
Should the average American brace for a shutdown? Because, I mean, that deadline is so quickly approaching. And as you said, you're not even sure that Congress will be able to do this in time. So what would the impact be on the average American? And should they prepare for this at least for a day or two?
If it was just a day or two, then I think the impact would be minimal, especially because this is over a weekend where federal offices tend to be closed anyway. But if there was a prolonged shutdown, if for some reason this bill were to fail a vote in either the House or the Senate, then the consequences could be really significant.
Congressman, I know that funding for DHS has become a major issue with this bill. Immigration enforcement kind of front and center with this one.
Yeah, and listen, President Biden and myself and a number of us have been pushing for more funding for Homeland Security, and particularly the southern border, for months. And we've been trying to get our Republican colleagues to put the spending bill up for a vote, and they've been delaying it. So this bill that we're voting on tomorrow does include some more funding for Border Patrol, for example, and for technology along the southern border, which is a good thing and should help create a more orderly system. But frankly, it's not enough. We need more. President Biden requested $14 billion of supplemental funding to deal with the situation at the border. We're calling on our Republican colleagues in Congress to call a vote on the full funding request that the president has asked for. They have not done that, but the bill that we're going to be voting on tomorrow at least gets us part of the way there and is a step in the right direction, in my view.
All right, so step in the right direction. We'll have to see what happens from there. There's another piece of legislation that you've had a hand in that's making its way through the Senate right now. Can you tell us about the Protected Time Off Act?
Yeah, so I introduced this bill yesterday, and it is to guarantee all American workers at least 10 days of paid time off, paid vacation days. Americans work hard. We are the hardest working country in the world, and people deserve to take a break every once in a while. But there are 27 million American workers who do not have any guaranteed paid vacation days at work. 27 million. And every other developed country in the world does guarantee time off. Every country in Europe guarantees at least 20 days of paid vacation. In the United States, we guarantee 0. People who work hard and punch in and punch out every day deserve to have some time off every once in a while, and our bill would guarantee that.
I think most workers would certainly agree with that, and we will have to follow the progress of that bill. Congressman, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.